You'll attract any woman with these 2 magic words. In the world of modern dating, where miscommunication leads to emotional chaos and attraction seems harder to maintain than ever, one counterintuitive truth stands tall. It's not what you say, but how you say it that determines whether a woman feels drawn to you, or defensive around you. A powerful YouTube monologue titled, "You'll Attract Any Woman with These 2 Magic Words," dives deep into this principle, unpacking a psychological communication strategy that can dramatically improve your relationships, not through force or manipulation, but through emotional mastery. In this article, we'll break down the key insights from that video and explain, in expert detail, how mastering your tone, not your words, creates emotional safety and magnetism with women. The feminine amplification principle. Why arguments escalate fast? Women are not emotional by accident, they're emotional amplifiers by evolutionary design. When a man shows even the slightest irritation in his voice, a woman's nervous system picks up on it, magnifies it internally, and reflects it back with greater intensity. What started as a mild disagreement can suddenly explode into emotional chaos. This phenomenon isn't irrational, it's biological. From an evolutionary standpoint, women needed to detect subtle emotional cues in infants to keep them alive. That same sensitivity now gets applied in romantic relationships. Send calm, and get calm back. Send irritation, get emotional warfare. The root of most conflict. Emotional subtext, not logic. Men tend to communicate based on facts, logic, and solutions. But women process information through emotional subtext and tone. This creates a huge gap in how both genders handle conflict. Men default to flat, rational tones during conflict. What they see is staying calm. Women interpret this emotional flatness as withdrawal, coldness, or rejection. Why? Because women bond through emotional presence. If you withdraw emotionally, she feels insecure, leading to escalation as she tries to pull emotion out of you, even if it's anger. She'd rather see you angry and engaged than calm and disconnected. The most dangerous mistake: going emotionless. Men often overcorrect their emotional tone by trying to eliminate all emotion. They become robotic, flat, and disconnected. But this isn't what women want. A woman doesn't need you to become emotionless. She needs you to become selectively emotional. What she responds to is warmth without weakness, firmness without aggression, care without control. This is what the video calls tone mastery. Tone mastery equals leadership with warmth. Tone mastery is the ability to express your boundaries, disagreements, or corrections with emotional warmth instead of cold logic or frustration. Here's the formula. Eliminate irritation, contempt, judgment. Amplify warmth, care, connection. Imagine how a calm, loving father might correct a child. That's your model. Warm but firm, emotionally available but grounded. This doesn't weaken your masculinity, it elevates it. This is what makes a man unforgettable. Not his words, but his emotional energy. The 2 magic words, emotional safety. The video never literally says 2 specific, magic words. Instead, the real, magic words are the unspoken ones carried in your tone and emotional presence. I'm here. I care. When you communicate with these messages encoded in your voice, even when delivering difficult truths, you create emotional safety. And once a woman feels safe around you, she becomes more open, cooperative, and connected. Emotional safety is the secret source of female attraction. It trumps looks, money, and even status over time. Avoiding the unfixable. Mate selection matters. Before applying any communication technique, the video makes a brutally honest point. Some women are emotionally chaotic by default. You cannot fix a woman who thrives on drama, punishes emotional stability, projects her pain onto others. Trying to communicate perfectly with an emotionally volatile woman is like trying to meditate in a hurricane. You don't need better lines, you need better standards. The easiest way to avoid fighting with a woman is to never get involved with women who love fighting. Build your optionality so you're not forced to tolerate chaos due to scarcity. 5 techniques that trigger attraction, not defensiveness. Once you've selected a high-quality woman, Use these 5 advanced techniques to maintain connection while expressing boundaries. 1. The warmth sandwich. Start with affection, insert the boundary, end with reassurance. Example. Hey babe, I love you. That tone earlier didn't feel good to me, and I want us to work through things with respect. We're a team. I know we can handle anything together. 2. The curious observer. Replace judgment with curiosity. I noticed some tension earlier. What was happening for you? 3. The shared problem frame. Make it you both versus the issue. It feels like we miscommunicated. How can we handle this better next time? 4. Emotional validation. Validate before correcting. I can see you were upset, and that makes sense. At the same time, let's find a better way to talk through things together. 5. Future focus. Don't dwell, redirect forward. We can't change what happened, but let's figure out what to do next time. Effortless influence. Lead without force. Once you master emotional leadership, women naturally follow you, not because they're submissive, but because they feel safe and understood. A woman would rather follow a man who makes her feel calm than fight a man who needs to be right. When she knows you, won't punish her for her emotions, won't withdraw when she's vulnerable, won't turn disagreements into power struggles. She bonds with you deeply. You become her emotional home. Conclusion. The goal isn't to win fights. It's to end them. The most powerful men in relationships aren't the loudest or most logical. They're the ones who bring peace without surrendering strength. They master their emotional tone like a craftsman masters his tools. Because in the end, the most seductive thing a man can offer a woman isn't just attention, power, or praise, it's this. A calm, grounded presence that makes her feel seen, safe, and led, without ever raising your voice. Final thought. If you can master emotional tone, you'll never need to chase a woman again. Because every high-value woman is already chasing one thing: emotional safety in a strong man's arms.